Welcome to IT Learning, the place where everyone can learn the basics of the IT world. Today we're diving into the heart of your computer, the motherboard. This essential component is often overlooked, but it's the backbone of your entire system. Now don't be scared by the name. The motherboard might sound complex, but it's really just a large circuit board that holds and allows communication between many of the crucial electronic components of your computer. Think of the motherboard as the computer's central hub. It's where all the action happens, connecting the CPU, RAM, storage devices, and other peripherals. It's a big circuit board that connects everything inside your computer. Without it, your computer wouldn't be able to function. Like a city center, all the important parts live and work on the motherboard. Imagine it as the bustling downtown area of a city, where all the main roads and highways converge. We'll explore the motherboard's key components, such as the CPU socket, RAM slots, and various connectors and ports. Figure out what they do and how they interact with each other to make your computer run smoothly. And see why this piece of tech is so important. The motherboard is crucial because it ensures that all the different parts of your computer can communicate and work together effectively. By the end, you'll be talking motherboards like a pro. You'll understand not just what a motherboard is, but also how it functions and why it's so vital to your computer's performance. So let's get started on this exciting journey into the world of motherboards. The motherboard acts like a central nervous system for your computer. It is the backbone that holds everything together, ensuring that all the components can communicate seamlessly. Just like how our nervous system sends signals to different parts of our body, the motherboard sends signals to various components of the computer. It provides a platform for all the other parts to communicate and work together. Think of it as a grand conductor in an orchestra, making sure every instrument plays in harmony. Without the motherboard, the CPU, memory, storage, and graphics card would be like musicians playing out of sync. Imagine a bustling city with roads connecting all the important buildings. The roads are like the pathways on a motherboard, ensuring that data travels smoothly from one component to another. Just as a city would come to a standstill without its roads, a computer would be non-functional without its motherboard. That's what the motherboard does for your computer's brain. The CPU, memory, storage, and graphics card. It not only connects these crucial parts but also manages the power distribution, ensuring that each component gets the right amount of power to function efficiently. It connects them all and makes sure they can talk to each other. This communication is vital for the computer to perform tasks, from simple calculations to complex graphics rendering. The motherboard ensures that data flows smoothly and efficiently between the components. Without the motherboard, your computer would just be a bunch of parts that can't communicate. It would be like having a collection of musical instruments without a conductor or a city without roads. The motherboard is the unsung hero that brings everything together, making your computer the powerful machine it is. One of the most important components on the motherboard is the CPU socket. This small but crucial part of the motherboard is where the CPU, or Central Processing Unit, is housed. Without the CPU socket, the CPU would have no place to reside, and the computer would be unable to function. The CPU, or Central Processing Unit, is the brains of your computer. It performs all the calculations and processing tasks that allow your computer to run programs, execute commands, and perform complex operations. Essentially, the CPU is responsible for interpreting and executing most of the commands from the computer's other hardware and software. The socket is its special spot on the motherboard. This is where the CPU is installed, and it is designed to hold the CPU securely in place. The socket ensures that the CPU is properly aligned and connected to the motherboard, allowing it to communicate with other components. The CPU socket is designed to hold the CPU securely and provide a way for it to connect to the rest of the motherboard. It has a series of pins or contacts that match up with the connections on the bottom of the CPU. When the CPU is installed in the socket, these pins or contacts create a secure electrical connection, allowing data and power to flow between the CPU and the motherboard. Think of it like the CPU's office, where it receives instructions and sends out commands. Just as an office is a central hub for communication and decision-making, the CPU socket is the central hub for the CPU's operations. It ensures that the CPU can effectively communicate with the rest of the computer, processing data and executing commands to keep everything running smoothly. Another crucial component is the RAM slots. RAM, or random access memory, is your computer's short-term memory. It stores data that the CPU needs to access quickly. Think of RAM like your desk where you keep the files you're currently working on. The RAM slots on the motherboard are where the RAM modules are installed, allowing them to communicate with the CPU. Motherboards also have expansion slots. These slots allow you to add extra components to your computer, like a graphics card for better gaming or a sound card for improved audio. Imagine these slots as extra rooms you can add to your house for specific purposes. Each expansion slot is designed for a specific type of card, so make sure you get the right one for your needs. Of course, none of this would work without power. The motherboard has power connectors that receive electricity from the power supply unit, or PSU. Think of the PSU as the power plant, and the connectors on the motherboard as the electrical outlets. The motherboard then distributes this power to all the connected components, ensuring they have the juice they need to run. As you can see, the motherboard is the backbone of your computer. It connects all the essential components, facilitates communication, and ensures everything has power. Without a functioning motherboard, your computer simply wouldn't work. It's the foundation that everything else is built upon. So, there you have it, a basic understanding of the motherboard and its importance in your computer system. It's a fascinating piece of technology that makes all the magic happen. To continue learning new IT knowledge, feel free to subscribe and leave a comment about which topic you'd like a video on.